and it goes up very high, almost to the place where human ears can't hear it anymore. And we've also seen that some sounds are very quiet and other sounds are very loud. There are also some other interesting apparatus that organ builders have added. One of them we have here is called a Zimbelstern. And if you look up here at the star, it is that I can combine, I can play more than one manual at once. So that if I've got this sound on the radio, and I want to add this sound, I can use this pedal to couple them together, and you'll see that the keys actually go down, so that I'm now playing these two manuals together. And if I want to add this, then I can do this. And now, as you can see, I'm playing all three of them together. And the pedals also can add, so if this is the basic pedal sound, so I can add this keyboard, and I can add this one, and the bottom one. So that effectively then I can play the whole instrument altogether, or I can choose various combinations, which is also a very useful way of varying the sound.
Are the stops written into the music, or is that at your discretion?
This is an excellent question. It changes from composer to composer and from period to period. Mr. Bach almost never tells you what he wants. He sometimes, that's a very fortuitous opening of page, he sometimes tells you that he wants things on two different manuals. So this is a piece that he intended to be played on two contrasting sounds. And so he writes Oberwerk for the one on top, and he writes Positiv for this one. So that I'm supposed to start here. And when I get here, I'm supposed to answer it from behind. And he writes very clever passages where he contrasts them regularly. So it's very clearly a dialogue between the two divisions. That's one of the very few times that Bach ever wrote anything in his scores to tell us what sounds to use. On the other hand, in the same period in the 18th century, French organ composers were writing pieces that always were formulaic and always had a particular kind of sound. So they would write for the grand jeu, as they called it, which was this big plenum. Which was very reedy. Or they would write for the fond, which is all the foundation stops. Or they would write a solo for the tierce, the third stop in the tenor region, tierce en taille. So that virtually every one of the French Baroque pieces is called plein jeu, grand jeu, tierce en taille, duo, trio. So they wrote down in the prefaces to their publications what stops you should use to play those. One of the great 20th century composers for the organist, Olivier Messiaen, a Parisian organist, he wrote down every stop that he wanted you to use. So that at the beginning of every piece, at the end of this, just to finish off, oops, and just to say, it's pretty intense up here, but we should probably do it. We'll just go that far. It could be even more actually, but let's just do that.